All right, Ashley, let's see what you got here for your Boudoir Facebook ads. Yeah, we're gonna be looking, if your ads are slowly dying over time, burning out, getting worse and worse results over time. So, same ad spend, fewer sales, fewer conversions. We're gonna go through and, see the root causes of why that is happening in your ads, and, go through the mistakes causing it. Now, I have taken other people's boudoir ads, kind of tested them like as a control, see what other peeps are doing, and then put in my 10 fixes, or at least going through my 10 mistakes, fixing a bunch of them to help them, get better initial metrics, more women consuming the ad copy, more women consuming our offer, which is the best chance that the ads sustain and scale and actually perform better over time. And the hidden metric that most people normally miss is unique CTRL. That's the leading metric that tells us basically how many people out of 100 are engaging with our ad, is our ad relevant to. And this actually basically the determinant of if our ad sustains and scales and grows, gets better results over time, or if it burns out over time and gets worse results over time. And from me doing my test, you can see I average basically like 2 to 4x more women per 100 engaging with the ad, reading the ad copy, which is where our full offer should be. So exposing more people to the offer, the women are also more specific. And this, again, prevents ad burnout, helps ads sustain and scale longer, higher ROAS over time, scale the business. So these same 10 mistakes I'm talking about here, I'll go over in the video of your ad today. All right, so the most common mistakes I'm seeing, first one, does it look like an ad? And again, we're trying to stop our ads from burning out, stop our ads from getting worse results over time, and reverse that and have them getting better results over time. And kind of cut off his unique CTRL of 6%. We always want to keep above 6%. You can see both these, I got them above 6%. So that's kind of the minimum. 6% is the minimum. But we always want to try and get higher. So, all right, so does this look like an ad? And I'm looking at the creative. No, it does not look like an ad. I'm looking for text on the image. This could be an organic post. Yeah, I could see someone posting this from their photo shoot, share with their friends. And that's good. We want it to look more like an organic post because then more people out of 100 engage, driving our unique CTRL metric up, leading to our ads to go to better prospects, sustain and scale over time. Higher ROAS over time as well. The next 4 mistakes can happen up here in the see more headline. So it's the first 2 3/4 lines, probably right here before it goes ... see more. This is our see more headline. This is where 80% of ad spend is, won or lost right here, the see more headline. Now the problem is you're using less than half of it. So that's the first thing I see. But we have 4 specific attributes we want to have in here to be an official see more headline and have our ads going to the highest quality prospects so our ads sustain and scales instead of having to refresh and our ads dying, getting worse and worse over time. All right, so first thing we want to have is the 4 things in here is a who. Who are we speaking to? What is a self-label where someone scrolling would say, hey, that's me. So let's see. Hey, bombshell. All right. Yeah, we got a who there. So if women basically identify as bombshell, I say, oh, this ad's for me. I better go back up and read it. Okay, that's good. So again, we're getting more of the right women to engage. Ad algorithms happy. Gonna have more, more women coming through booking and buying. Better ad metrics. The second thing we want to have, this is actually the most important in the see more headline. Let's say negative. What negative experience are women in our city going through that they're saying in their brain that they want to get away from? Now we can test a lot of these and the data will actually tell us which one it is most relevant and women are responding to most. And the reason why negative is the most important and we lead with it is because humans take an action to move away from a negative to get back to normal, homeostasis. literally at 100x the rate than that same human will take to go from normal or neutral to some gain, some positive, some pleasure. And we see this when we go to the dentist. So we go to the dentist, get our 6-month checkup done, 6-month tooth cleaning, and we're out paying at the front desk, and the secretary ladies are like, "Hey, are you free 172 days from now at 6:50 a.m.?" And we're like, "Dude, I ain't got no idea, but text me later when I actually know my schedule." So they text us, month 3, month 4, month 5, trying to get us on the calendar. We don't ignore any of them. We're busy running the business. We don't want to, we got good momentum. We don't want to screw up our schedule. And basically the positive, the pleasure, the gain of having slightly cleaner teeth, maybe slightly more, slightly more peace of mind knowing we don't have any cavities, that's just not enough to get us to take action and disrupt our whole schedule, put it on the calendar, think about it, all that stuff. So we ignore them. They try to text us month 8, month 10, month 12. We're still ignoring them, And then month 13 comes, and we're eating breakfast, and every bite is just killing us. Something with our tooth in the back of our mouth killing us. It's throbbing the rest of the morning. Then lunch, same thing. Chew, 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 pain, pain, pain. So finally that afternoon, we're like, dude, this thing's killing me. I gotta solve this. I gotta get rid of this right now. I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. So that afternoon, we're calling up our dentist, and we're like, dude, what do you mean you can't get me in at 7:15 a.m. tomorrow? This thing's killing me. Dude, I'm in so much pain right now. And they're like, well, hey, we're booked out the next 2 weeks. We can get you in 2 weeks, or we can put you on, the cancellation list. And so we're like, all right, we'll call some other dentists. So call up all the other dentists, in our area, trying to find someone who will take us tomorrow morning. Just someone, just make this pain go away. Get me back to normal, no pain. And we find a dentist. Okay, they cleaned the cavity. It was a cavity. Cleaned it, fixed it up, sealed it, and back to normal, no pain. We can finally eat. Thank God. Oh my God. We can finally eat and sleep without pain anymore. Now, for 400 days, 13 months, whatever, we did not take an action to put the dentist on the calendar for the small gain or benefit or pleasure of slightly cleaner teeth and knowing we didn't have any, cavities. So 400 days, no action. But then in one day, with the pain we were feeling, we took massive action, called every dentist office in the city, trying to get something on the calendar for the next day. So it was one day of pain was literally 400x stronger, pushing us to take the same action going to the dentist than the small pleasure 6-month checkup, slightly cleaner teeth, positive or gain. So that is why we lead with negative. That is why. All right, so yeah, we're missing that. Next thing we want to have is a positive. What is, something positive that women in our city are saying in their brain that they want, that our boudoir photo shoot is the solution to, basically is the bridge to get them from where they are to where they want to be. And we're missing that as well. So missing the negative, missing the positive. We're actually missing, we want to have those two. We want to have the mental contrast, the positive and negative tension in the brain that really captures attention, gets people to click see more, which is right here, to open up, read the rest of the ad copy. That will drive up unique CTRL above 6%, where that's where we'll have, higher chance of having our ads sustain and scale and get better results over time, because we actually go to higher quality prospects over time, rather than the reverse where we get a lower quality prospects over time. And obviously they're going to convert worse if it was, going to the worst people. The final thing we want to have up here in the See More headline is a hesitation / roadblock. So we're saying something, some negative, we're saying some positive, and we're saying some hesitation / roadblock. If it was here, but we're missing it here. And the hesitation / roadblock is kind of like, what is, they've looked at other solutions. Why have they not gone with those other solutions or other boudoir photographers to move away from the negative and get the positive from those boudoir photographers. Why have they not done that? Why have they not done that? What is stopping them? What's that hesitation slash roadblock in their brain that they are saying to themselves? So we're missing that here, and the negative positive hesitation slash roadblock is that is our mental triangle of tension. Think of a triangle, 3 sides, 3 points. That's the negative, positive, and hesitation slash roadblock. So we're missing that here. We're missing it really specific. Our ad notes will know who to go to because Meta has a text scanner, AI text scanner that looks at the words that we got and matches it to people that are most likely saying those words, and their phone microphone's picking it up from the Facebook and Instagram app, kind of loading that data into their Meta profiles at all time. So we're missing that. Again, less women click and see more, less women come through converting, ad dying out faster, and see all this stuff with the ad dying out faster, like if someone's running their ads on their own, kind of like make them desperate to find a solution, but not really knowing where to start, or if they're running an agent, or if they've hired an agency, basically makes them feel like kind of subconsciously frustrated, like they're paying the high monthly cost, but their ad results are getting worse and worse over time, and it's all because looking at their ad's going to be less than 6% unique CTRL, and these are all the mistakes that are causing it. All right, those are the first 5 mistakes that can happen. And the next 5 mistakes, or the next 3 mistakes, happen in the body copy. This is after the ... see more. So that is this. So we can think of the see more headline as like hook 1 to get us to click see more. Then after click see more, they're going to see a whole bunch of text because we do want to do long copy Facebook ads. Whole bunch of text, and we gotta basically have a hook 2 to get people like, all right, I got a ton more to read now, giving them a reason to read. So what we always like to do is a authority hook. Why should women reading this listen to us? Why should you listen to me? Why should they listen to you? An authority hook, which is what I did at the beginning of this video, showing I've already 2 to 4x'd the kind of number of women clicking the see more, reading the ad copy, consuming the offer for the same ad spend. So that was my authority hook at the beginning of this video. So let's see what you got here. No. All right. So we don't have the authority hook, which means less reason for people to continue reading. So less people get pre-qualified, consume our ad, consume our offer. So kind of less qualified prospect clicking over. That's worse for the meta ad algorithm. Worse people coming over, less people converting, leading to ads, dying out, burning out faster. This next mistake that can happen in the body copy is not having a narrative or a story. So this is super important. So the see more headline up here was kind of like punch 1, meeting them the conversation they're having in their brain. The story slash narrative in the body copy is us empathizing with their current situation. It's like we are having a video camera, third person video camera on their situation, kind of right now what's going on, as the video camera sees it, what they're doing, what's happening, what they're seeing, what they're feeling. To really empathize, and this is punch 2, where first we got punch 1, we know what's going on in their brain, meeting them in their brain. Punch 2, meeting them what's actually happening in their life. And so then they're like, man, whatever they're offering here, this is really for me. No one's ever been this specific speaking to me. So let's see, do we have a story slash narrative? Oh yeah, I know what you're thinking is doing. Yeah, okay. Hey, you got something there. Kind of what they're saying in their head. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, yeah, I'll give you that so people feel like we understand them, understand what they're going through, feel like we're for them. So yeah, it's going to have more women converting, well, clicking and more qualified specific women clicking and converting, feeling like we're the best option for them out of all the boudoir photographers in our city. So, all right, last and final thing we want to have in the body copy is our full offer. That's because the number one thing we want to do with an ad is expose as many people to the offer as possible. And so, let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Well, all right, here's a little bit of authority here. Just know, my previous guys, it's a little bit of authority, but nah, dude, we gotta have that at the top. Okay, this is a positive. I took as think your stars it is. So we don't have the full offer here. And guess what? Your link click rate, I already know it's between 1 to 2%. So they got to click, fill it out. You know, how many people are filling it out? 20%. So, 1%, and then 20% of 1%. So like 1 out of 500, or maybe you got the offer on the page. So 1 out of 100 are clicking over to see your offer. But if we had it in the ad copy, we can get your unique CTR all number one, click and see more to read the ad copy, up to 8%, 9%. We're getting 5, 6x the amount of people exposed to your offer by having it in the ad copy. Now, what's going to happen? Probably we'll have more sales from more people being exposed to the offer, probably. So yeah, we're totally missing the offer here. That's definitely a big mistake, because then we're having people click over, they're unqualified. Now here's the problem. Meta ad algorithm weights, the text in here, the words, matches the meta profiles, our objective. Also, the pool of people I've converted checks the data points on those profiles. And then the other pool is the people that have clicked over, because there's a good enough experience for them to click over. So by having people click over there and not qualified for what our offer is our ads being weighted from that pool to go to more people that are also not qualified, which leads to our metrics going down over time, worse conversion rate over time, and as a result, Meta sends our ad to less and less qualified people over time, further pushing our ad results and conversion rate down over time. So that's the downward spiral of despair that ads go into from not having this. So we do need to have the full offer here. So all right, the final two mistakes happen below the ad, below creative headline and the button. We never ever want to have anything below the ad. So it's mistake number 9. 3 reasons for that. Reason number 1, when people are reading the See More headline here, I mean, they're scrolling fast. Their brain's probably all picking up. Their subconscious only picks up like a third of the words as they scroll by, because that's all they see. And they get here, their subconscious has processed those, 1/3 of the words up there. And if they are incongruent with what's here, that will trigger the error detection network in the brain. We'll say error, incongruent, continue scrolling. And this all happens subconsciously. So we don't want to have anything here in the bottom left, no words at all. Because if these words appear are relevant to them, guess what? They're going to scroll down, they'll get here, they won't see any words here, but guess what they'll do? When it registers and subconscious says, oh, those words are relevant super fast, there's nothing here to block them. Then what they just come back up to actually read the full thing. So always a mistake to have words here. It's just like 95% screwing everything up, 5% it's a positive, but 5% is neutral, 95% is negative. There's no bonus points, no bonus for having anything here. Well, that's actually the second reason why I haven't. So it's 15% of the reason, mistake 9. The first reason is 5%, and it's because stuff down below here makes it look more like an ad, which ties into mistake number 1. Does it look like an ad or not? There's no organic post that has stuff below it. So those are the first two reasons it's a mistake. That's 20% total for mistake 9. And then the real 80% chunk why this is a mistake is it gives people something to click on. Oops, something to click on and to go to our page before they click on ... see more to become exposed to our body copy and our full offer, and if we're speaking directly to them. So more people clicking, coming down here, clicking this stuff, they like the picture, whatever. They didn't read any of our ad copy. They didn't get pre-qualified. And remember, one pool that weights the meta ad algorithm is who's clicking on the ad to go to the page. And then they're not converting. So that signals, well, one, meta ad will go to those people that are clicking. And then two, we've got a lower conversion rate from a link click to conversion rate. So basically that hurts our, that also feeds back into the meta ad algorithm. It's better to have literally one link click, one conversion. That's the best thing to have. All right, so that's mistake 9. Then mistake 10 is the objective. Now your button is grayed out, which normally means you're using a lead form, probably leads, lead form, and leads is always, always, always a mistake. So here's why. A leads objective goes to the 6% slice of the entire city we're targeting. That is the highest probability of filling out a lead form. And Meta just looks at kind of the data points on their profile and matches it with lead form, who's filled out lead forms before, and who resonates with the word in these ads, in this ad, stuff like that. So we're optimizing to go to people that fill out the forms. Okay, but we're not optimizing for people that fill out the forms and then answer the emails, and then answer our texts, and then answer our calls. Or not, we're not optimizing for people who book a call, people who show up to a call. And we're not optimizing for people that buy. So we have a very small number of buyers in this leads grouping, because the ad is not going to profiles that have buyer history, buyer data on them. It's having lead form filler outer data, lead form filler outer history, which is fine for I guess vanity metrics. Oh, my email list has grown so big. Yeah, with non-buyers, and also you're training your meta pixel to go to non-buyers, which means it's harder to readjust the pixel the longer you do that and get it fixed to actually go to actual buyers. So yeah, but I don't know what objective you're using. So I'll say half a mistake for this one. All right, so now let's score you and compare you, see how you're doing compared to the rest of the industry. So mistake 1, nope. Mistake 2, nope. Mistake 3, negative, positive, hesitation / roadmap. Yep, those are all 3 mistakes. Then body copy, no authority. Yeah, I'll give you the story / narrative. You got a little bit there. No offer though. That is a mega mistake. You're literally exposing 8x, 8 fewer people, or what was that, 88% less people, to our offer. What do you think is going to happen with less people exposed to you? 88% less people exposed to your offer, probably less sales for the same ad spend. Ad burnout, business plateau and decline. So there we go. We had 3 mistakes, and then 4 mistakes, and then 5 mistakes in the bottom. Below creative headline, BCH and button. 6 mistakes, objective, half mistake. So 6.5 mistakes. And the average in the boudoir industry is 7.5 mistakes out of 10. So hey, better than average. Good job. Most people don't have a narrative, so this is good. Yeah, so yeah, that's some narrative story thing there. Yeah, that's good. And so that's a lot of boudoir photographers don't include it. So yeah, so if your ad's declining over time, burning out, gotta refresh it a lot, getting worse and worse results over time, same ad spend, less results, less booked clients, kind of worse inquirers over time, not qualified people. So your ad's breaking down over time. Well, what do we do if our car is breaking down over time? We bring it to a car mechanic. Similarly, if our Boudoir Facebook ad is breaking down over time, what do we bring it to? To a Boudoir Facebook ad mechanic. So if you do want to get this fixed, get your ad much better, much higher chance of sustaining and scaling, getting better results with more ad spend, or with the same ad spend, then I do have a Boudoir Facebook ad mechanic offer. And I smushed those 10 mistakes down into 5 root cause problems that are causing your ad to, perform worse and worse over time and not work with the meta ad algorithm. And so I smushed it down from 10 to 5. So yeah, I'll diagnose you right now real quick. So does it look like an ad? No. So root cause problem number 1, you do not have. CMAR headline, yeah, you're missing 3 out of 4 things in the CMAR headline. So you got, that's a root cause problem. Body copy, you're missing 2 out of 3 things. That's another root cause problem. Below creative headline and button, got to get rid of those. That's your 3rd root cause problem. And objective, yeah, half a root cause problem. I actually don't know which one. Don't know which one you're dealing with. And so I do have 2 options. The first one is I can fix each root cause problem for $50 each. And you can choose as many problems to fix as you want. And yeah, you can take the fixes, use them with all the rest of your ads. So you can choose 3.5. You can choose from 1 to 3.5 for me to fix. And if you choose them all, that'd be 3.5 times 50, so $175. Or option 2, which is the much better value, is I fix all the mistakes on all your ads, create all your ads if you want, as many ads as you want, $100 a month. All the ad fixes, creations that you want to test with a much better, with our new and different Boudoir ads messaging method. Yeah, $100 a month, and you can collab with me, as much or as little as you want. So yeah, dude, you got my phone, got my email, and whatever platform you're watching this on. You can DM me on the platform on either of those offers. And yeah, and then when you hit me up, I'll ask you what you got for me, and we'll go from there. All right, that's everything. Adios.